What's up, guys? Welcome to my channel. It has been a minute, so I figured we're all pretty much in a quarantine anyways, so might as well subscribe if you haven't already. Back to scheduled programming. So I'm taking this light pink shade from my Buxom palette. I take it as a transition shade and I just go back and forth gradually, like over my crease with the fluffy brush, and it does kind of show out a little bit gray on camera, but it definitely is a light pink. So next I'm taking this MAC shadow in the color Playful from the Barbie collection, and it does come out kind of sheer, but I notice that you have to just keep going back and adding, so it takes some patience, but I really do like the way that the color comes out. And I know at one point I did wet the brush, the tip of the brush just a little bit to get it to be a little bit more pigmented, and I take that to both sides and just keep dragging it, keeping it in my corner, dragging it out a little bit, but also being precise in where I'm keeping the pink shade. I don't want it across my lid, I just want it in the corners, so I do show the difference of the pinks is what I'm going for here. So yeah, just keep going back and forth with that shade over and over, and it does get like deeper. So after that, I did my cut crease. It was my first time, so please bear with me. I'm taking the light pink from the Buxom palette and just kind of making sure I'm adding to keep the separation. You really want to make sure you do that. And next, I'm taking this flat brush I usually use to carve out the concealer for my eyebrows. So I use it for the lid, really being precise, and only doing a little bit of the lid because, like I said, it was my first time, so I was just trying to make sure I got it right. After that, I'm taking this glitter pigment, light pink. It's in the shade Amber, and I did wet my brush for that, and I had some difficulties, so I had to go off camera for a little bit, and then I came back and I just kept continuing to add that shade. I wet the brush for that to make sure that the pigment really showed in the light pink, so I just kept adding that across my lid, just right where I had the concealer, to really get that to show. After that, I'll give you guys like a little bit of a close-up so you really can see it's how it's kind of focused on being precise. It doesn't have to be too perfect, but I did want again to show the differentiation in the shades. So I'm going to take the dark pink shade, and just make sure to keep going back with that, to keep adding that on the sides. And then I also take my transition shade again to make sure that there's separation. But now the face. So I'm taking my concealer. I'm not putting on any foundation today. So right now I just my Kevin Aucoin concealer. On top of that, I put the NARS ginger, pot concealer, and then I also take my Maybelline concealer in the color Sand, and I used all three of those, and it actually turns out to be a little too bright, but trust me, it's gonna work out. So blend, make sure your beauty blender is clean. It really does take patience, I will say, when it comes to makeup. So after doing that, I take my Black Radiance concealer. It's a little bit darker, to kind of go ahead and clear the whiteness up. I was looking kind of ghosty, so I did that. And then after that, concealing, I'm going to take my contour, and it's the YSL Touche Eclat in shade number 7. It's definitely darker than my skin tone, but I like to use this to contour, and it's really nice and creamy. So I take my same beauty blender, and I do that, like just blend that all in my areas that I contour in. I don't do a really like deep contour. I like to look I like the natural makeup, but still like a good enough amount. So yeah, I do that. And then after that, I like to take like a stippling brush and I like to make sure it's really painted on and like blended well. So that's like a really good technique for like a cream contour. I think I couldn't find my brush. So now I'm taking the powder contour, my favorite bronzer from Too Faced, the Chocolate Soleil milk chocolate one. It smells so bomb. So I'm using that all over my face. This is like my go-to bronzer for everything. I use this like every day. So that, and now I'm gonna do my under eyes, taking that pink shade again, and I'm gonna take a smaller pointy brush. It's kind of fluffy, and I'm just gonna go under my eye with that and just drag that pink all over because I really wanted it to pop. So I do that back and forth till it shows a little bit, and that pretty much goes on for as long as I can get it to really like pop. So after that, I'm adding some like pop of color to my inner tear duct. I'm taking that Buxom palette again, and I'm gonna use a smaller brush. And I love, that's like my favorite thing to do, is adding like a gold or a silver in my tear ducts, just to just brighten up your eyes. And now I'm taking my Mario Badescu, it's a setting spray, and that is like my finished face after I spray that. And next, last but not least, I like to highlight the points of my face. I love to highlight my nose. I'm just taking this little sample concealer I had from Naked, and it worked really well, so I just like to add that, just the high points of my face. And next, the lips. I'm taking this L'Oreal lip liner in the shade Al Naturel. I line my lips, and after doing that, I'm going to add a couple glosses. So I'm going to take this shade from Laura Mercier. It's Bare Beige. My mom's going to kill me because this is hers, but she was so sweet and actually got me my own because I kept using it. So I'm taking that Bare Beige from Laura Mercier, and then next I'm going to take another gloss of hers. It's by Lancome, and it's called Tumultuous, and that I just put on top just like for a little glitter topping. But yeah, so after that is all said and done, that's my finished face. Thank you guys for watching, tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, like this video. We're on a quarantine, so like, you know, might as well subscribe. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.